Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashim Hadash, double unto the apostles' great millstone, and Shalom to brothers and highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting the good fight of faith. Lord willing to find that number to be delivered. Alright? So I'm just going to bring out a couple articles, and I'm going to first start off by saying, about a year or so, could be 2 years maybe now, Elder Apostle Tahab brought out, looking up the information on the Internet of Things, okay? And, at that point, I had never heard of it at that point, so I looked it up, and it went into, depth about what the future holds concerning the Internet of Things and how everything's going to be, digitally or electronically connected, so to say, along with that 5G networking. All right. Well, I'm going to go here to Forbes. All right. And as you can see on the title, it's called, "What is the Internet of Bodies and how is it changing our world?" All right. Now, Forbes is a pretty reputable publication. All right. So pretty much when Forbes comes out with something, you can pretty much bet on the information is true. All right. So what we have here is about a 5-minute recording. I'm gonna play it, but listen good, man. Listen to some of the things that are said, and ultimately, this whole driving force with the Internet of Bodies is governed by the MOTB. All right. So we're gonna go from here, then get another Forbes article, and I'm gonna read a little bit and bring out a few scriptures and close it out. All right. So just listen to this. Once again, you gotta speak very delicately sometimes, even when in titling your shows, because Esau, anything that has a buzzword in it, anything that seems appealing, they're all over it, man. And here they are trying to save a sinking ship. There's holes all in this bitch, man, and it's sinking. And by y'all cutting off our videos, it's not gonna preserve the life of Babylon the Great. All right. So let me play this clip, and like I said, just listen to some of the things that are being said. All right, here we go.
What is the Internet of Bodies, and how is it changing our world? By Bernard Marr. Have you heard the term the Internet of Bodies, IOB? That may conjure up a few thoughts that have nothing to do with the true nature of the term, but it's about using the human body as the latest data platform. At first, this concept seems quite creepy, but then when you realize the possibilities it creates, it becomes quite exciting. Here we explore what the Internet of Bodies is, some examples in use today, and a few of the challenges it presents. What is the Internet of Bodies, IOB? When the Internet of Things, IoT, connects with your body, the result is the Internet of Bodies, IOB. The Internet of Bodies, IOB, is an extension of the IoT and basically connects the human body to a network through devices that are ingested, implanted, or connected to the body in some way. Once connected, data can be exchanged, and the body and device can be remotely monitored and controlled. There are 3 generations of Internet of Bodies that include body external. These are wearable devices such as Apple Watches or Fitbits that can monitor our health. Body internal. These include pacemakers, cochlear implants, and digital pills that go inside our bodies to monitor or control various aspects of our health. Body embedded. The 3rd generation of the Internet of Bodies is embedded technology, where technology and the human body are melded together and have a real-time connection to a remote machine. Progress in wireless connectivity, materials, and tech innovation is allowing implantable medical devices, IMD, to scale and be viable in many applications. Examples of Internet of Bodies devices in use or development. The most recognized example of Internet of Bodies is a defibrillator or pacemaker, a small device placed in the abdomen or chest to help patients with heart conditions control abnormal heart rhythms with electrical impulses. In 2013, former United States Vice President Dick Cheney got his Wi-Fi connected defibrillator replaced with one without Wi-Fi capacity. It was feared that he could be assassinated by electric shock if a rogue agent hacked the device. A smart pill is another IOB device. These pills have edible electronic sensors and computer chips in them. Once swallowed, these digital pills can collect data from our organs and then send it to a remote device connected to the Internet. The first digital chemotherapy pill is now in use that combines chemotherapy drugs with a sensor that captures, records, and shares information with healthcare providers, with the patient's consent, regarding the drug dosage and time, plus other data on rest and activity, heart rate and more. Smart contact lenses are being developed that integrate sensors and chips that can monitor health diagnostics based on information from the eye and eye fluid. One smart contact lens in development aims to monitor glucose levels that will hopefully allow diabetics to monitor their glucose levels without repeated pinpricks throughout the day. Taking it up a notch is the brain-computer interface, BCI, where a person's brain is actually merged with an external device for monitoring and controlling in real time. The ultimate goal is to help restore function to individuals with disabilities by using brain signals rather than conventional neuromuscular pathways. But not all Internet of Bodies use cases are for healthcare reasons. Bioengineering company, Biohacks has embedded chips in more than 4,000 people primarily for convenience. In one widely reported example, 50 employees of 3 Square Market agreed to have an RFID microchip the size of a large grain of rice, similar to what's embedded in pets to be able to identify and locate them when they are lost, implanted. This chip allows these employees to gain access to the building without a key, pay for items with a wave of their hand at the vending machine by deducting the amount immediately from their account rather than use money and log onto their computers. Challenges faced by Internet of Bodies technology. The situation of U.S. Vice President Cheney getting a defibrillator not connected to Wi-Fi for security reasons illustrates one of the biggest challenges faced by Internet of Bodies technology: how to secure the devices and information they collect and transmit. Nearly 500,000 pacemakers were recalled in 2017 by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration over security issues requiring a firmware update. The security challenges faced by Internet of Bodies tech are similar to what plagues Internet of Things generally, but there can be life and death consequences when IoB devices are involved. Additionally, IoB devices create another cybersecurity challenge that will need to be safeguarded from hackers. Privacy is also of paramount concern. Questions about who can access the data and for what purpose need answers. For example, a device that monitors health diagnostics could also track unhealthy behaviors. Will health insurance companies be able to deny coverage when a customer's IoB device reports their behavior? A cochlear implant could restore hearing, but it might also record all audio in a person's environment. Will that data remain private? As Internet of Bodies tech continues to grow, regulatory and legal issues will have to be resolved and policies built around the proper use of the technology.
All right. So there you have the gist of the Internet of Bodies. And ultimately, it's all about that grain of rice. Okay? And with that implementation of that grain of rice, your whole way of life is going to be changed, man. Your whole way of life is about to change. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. Before we get some scriptures, I'm going to go to this other article. Once again, from Forbes again. Now, this was dated 2017. So this is how long they have been working on this shit, man. And now they're right around the corner from trying to fully implement this thing. All right? Transhumanism in the future of humanity. 7 ways the world will change by 2030. All right, Lil Willin, by 2022 and a half, 23, this place will be destroyed. But all that being said, I'm going to read a little bit about what this is about. It's kind of interesting too. All right, now the first part of this is all about the companies who are strategizing to, make some future investment in the technology and artificial intelligence that's on the horizon. All right, and they're talking about the next 5 to 10 years. But I want to get down to the meat and potatoes here. All right, so our bodies will be augmented. All right, our bodies will be augmented. Similar like when a woman goes through breast augmentation, she'll get her breast enhanced or get a reduction. All right, so it's just the changing of the body. Now check it out. It says, the coming years will usher in a number of body augmentation capabilities that will enable humans to be smarter, stronger, and more capable than we are today. So in other words, what are they doing? They're building a $6 million man. I don't know if you remember that show, but he was half man, half machine, with all types of astronomical strength. All right, and this is what Esau is doing right now. And ultimately, and if you think about it, ultimately, he's trying to set himself up to be a contender, if you will. And I'll explain that a little later. Continuing on. And it says, will enable humans to be smarter, stronger, and more capable than we are today. Wearables will be one from a body, augmentation, but they will far surpass the fitness trackers of today. In the future, we can expect the arrival of contact lenses that can take pictures or videos, universal language translators, earbuds that will allow us to communicate anywhere in the world, to let me see, what word is that? Exosuits that increases physical strength. We will also see increased use of implants ranging from brain microchips, neural lace, to mind controlling prosthetics, and subdermal RFID chips that will allow users to unlock doors or computer passwords with the wave of the hand. However, the most powerful body augmentation will be from biological. It says augmentation as a result of increased insight into our genomes, advances in IVF technologies that may allow us to select the most intelligent embryos, and powerful CRISPR gene editing technology, which may one day give us the ability to eliminate all heritable diseases. You see, Esau's really getting crazy right now. All right? He's trying to turn you people into robots. He's turning you people into robots. And he has already done that with that first stage of the VAX, man. Continuing on, it says these body augmentation capabilities will give rise to humans that are more resilient, optimized, continually monitored. They will also lead to implications around which job opportunities are available to those with and without augmentation abilities, as well as impacting sports competitions. Once again, impacting sports competitions. So what's he trying to do? Esau's trying to build the perfect human. Okay? Sports competitions with hierarchies based on body augmentations. We already see the early days of this with questions around leg prostheses and whether they provide runners with an increased speed compared to that of an average human. It says at the same time, augmented bodies will usher in risks such as espionage potential via contact lens camera hacks, or even more worryingly, risk of a stratified human race based on those who can afford augmentations and those who cannot. All right, and forgive me for some of the words I butchered, but be that as it may, you brothers get the point. All right, so I'm not going to go too much further in this. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go back and read all of it. But once again, what's Esau trying to do? He's trying to build the perfect human. All right. So let me start with Acts. This is Acts 1:8. And it says, but ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in Judea and all Samaria and unto the uttermost parts of the earth. All right. Now the point being, he knows who we are, man. He knows we're the Lord's chosen people. And Esau also knows that we're going to receive power. All right. And the only way Esau thinks he's going to be able to combat us or come up against us is if he creates some artificial method of power, which he's doing. You know, it says it's going to make humans faster, stronger, more intelligent, because he understands what's going to change, how we're going to be changed. All right. We're going to have spiritual power beyond belief. And in order for Esau to even try to come close to us, he now needs to put himself on some type of level to compete, if you will. All right. So this devil, he knows what's going down. He knows he's the weaker vessel. Okay. As the scripture says, we have been fighting in the womb since the beginning. One person will be stronger than the other. Look at Jake, man. We dominate on every level. Even in this kingdom, which is not our own kingdom, even though we're at the bottom of the barrel, we still dominate physically. Because we're stronger people than they are. And they know this. And this is why they're putting all these things in. I don't want to say this is why, because he's a devil, but this is probably one of the reasons why he's putting all these things into place. Why? So he can try to at least compete with us. You know? But there's nothing but pure wickedness happening. Matthew 24:22. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Right. Because why? Just look at what the methods that he's using to put this stuff into place, man. You're tampering with the system, the bodily system that the Lord has put in place, which he's made, a perfect, a perfect specimen, if you will, outside of what Esau has done to, decrease one's ability and body functions. The Lord made zero mistakes, man, creating humans. And here goes Esau trying to take it a step above and beyond. So the Lord got to come back and smash this devil, because if not, there's going to be no flesh left to be saved, because he's using everybody as an experiment. Okay? Ezekiel 28:2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God. And this is why he's able to do what he does, because he's put that label on himself as being the Almighty. Look what we can do. We can turn a regular human being into a machine, a strong, fast thinking, fast running, fast, just everything. We can do that now because they have a godlike complex, and they believe that everything that they put their hands on is of themselves and not of the Most High. It says, in the midst of the siege, yet thou art a man. And we continue to tell Esau, you ain't nothing but a man. The Lord gave you the power to do what you're doing, not of your own. All right? It says, yet thou art a man and not a God. Though thou set thy heart as the heart of the Most High, and that's what you do. You set your heart as the heart of the Most High, doing all types of, embryos and test tube babies and just you name it. Esau has done it by pure wickedness, if you will. There was an article in the paper the other day where two people who were married, but they both were trans into the opposite sex. So the guy turned himself into a woman, and the woman turned herself into a guy, but they both still had the the physical parts and had a baby. So now the one who was the guy turned himself into a woman. If I'm getting this right, it's just so goddamn confusing. It's so goddamn confusing, man. Now, yeah, so now the one who is a guy is now, that looks like a man, is now pregnant. This is a mess. It's a mess. This is why this place gotta go. You can't even figure shit out these days. All right. Yeah, this place gotta go, man. It gotta go. So let me look up that word, because we left off reading this article about transhumanism. So look up that word, transhumanism. It says transhumanism, the belief or theory that the human race can evolve beyond its current physical and mental limitations, especially by means of science and technology. Okay? And this is exactly what this devil is doing. Trying to reach new heights. Trying to establish, some type of power within him, or his race, if you will, to make them superhumans. Okay? It says the ethical implications of nanotechnology are great, but even more troubling is the philosophy of some of its proponents who subscribe to transhumanism. And damn near everybody's on board with this. All these big names, big corporations, they're on board with this because they want that power. Why do you think when Jake, when Jake dies or what have you, what do? Take our organs, take everything they can possibly, take onto themselves that's going to make them smarter, faster, stronger. This man is truly the most wicked on the planet, man. Transhumanism, Internet of Bodies, you name it, he's doing it. All right. Like I said, it's going to be quick. And I'll put some links in the description box in case your brothers want to go back and read these articles. Read the full article, if you will. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.